What's up, everybody? This is Jonathan back at it again, getting off of work. So, what I wanted to talk to you about is, like fitting in and what it means to fit in. And I was actually having a discussion with my father, and, we still have there's still this argument about fitting in, right? And faking the funk and trying to fake it till you make it and all this stuff, right? And so I finally can break it down to a digestible information, why some people can fit in and why some people fail, right? So there's different types of people in different scenarios that whether or not they fit in or not, right? The first type of people are people who are into the culture and the lifestyle pretty deep, right? So with hip hop culture, right? There's people who grew up in the projects, right? Grew up around poor people, seen drug dealers, seen gangbangers, and it's kind of like in their heart and in their soul, the culture. And so, they listen to the hip hop music or whatever. They're good hip hop dancers. It's like ingrained in them, right? And the same thing with religion, like Christians, right? There's Christians who are really deep into that world and culture. So they go out to other countries and they serve people. They be standing in the subway trying to convert people. They go around knocking on doors. They run soup kitchens. Like, these are people who are always going to fit in because that lifestyle and that world is ingrained in their heart and soul. So they're always going to fit in, right? The next level is like superficial people, right? And superficial people only enjoy the surface level of everything. So if we go back to hip hop culture, right? There's a lot of hip hop dancers who will know all the new rappers coming around and out, love the clothes, love the dance style, but they've never seen the projects. They've never been around drug dealers or anything like that, and they're super scared to set foot in the projects, right? But they enjoy the music, they enjoy the clothing, they enjoy, the music videos, whatever. And you could see a lot of these people, you'll meet a lot of these people in college, or a lot of suburbanites are kind of like that. There's a lot of people like that who, they love hip hop and they love hip hop culture, but they never really actually grew up in the projects or anything. Or you have, if you look at religion, you have Christians like that too, that they'll be in church, sing all the songs, be like, praise the Lord, hallelujah, all day long, show up to all the Bible studies, have something to say about the Bible studies or whatever. But then at the end of the day, when you tell them to go serve somebody, they'll be like, I'm busy. When you tell them to go knock on doors or go evangelize, it's like they got something else to do. So, but the thing about it is, superficial people are always going to be popular and they're always going to have friends. And the reason is, and I'm not going to lie, and this is the truth, like 85% of people are superficial that join groups. 80-something percent, right? They enjoy the hip hop music and they enjoy the hip hop dance and they enjoy the clothing, but there's that old joke that they'll enjoy it until the cops show up, and then it's like, oh, I'm done with hip hop culture. Like, I'm white now, I'm Asian now, I'm a suburbanite now, I'm a conservative Christian now. I don't know anything about hip hop culture once the cops show up. You know what I'm saying? Or, same thing with Christians. They'll, a lot of people are going to be Christians all day and all night until you tell them to go into Mexico and evangelize and do this, that, and the other. Then they'll be like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting shot at for Jesus. Or getting kidnapped and by some crazy cartel who wants to hold me ransom to make money just to tell people about Jesus. Like, hell no. So most people are like that, and that's why most people are, they can get along in life. Because most people are like that. They want to be on a superficial level, but they don't actually want to live the life, walk the walk, talk the talk, right? And then the third type of people is people who are socially acceptable, right? And so I'm going to finally tell you the truth. I was forced into Christianity for 30 years because my family's conservative Christian and most of San Francisco's conservative Christian, and I had no choice. And I was a very socially acceptable person. Like, I would, put on a collared shirt and nice pants and go to church. I wouldn't pray with them. I wouldn't stand up and sing the songs. I would just show up, listen to the little sermon, eat the food, and go home. I never paid tithing. And when I showed up in the Bible study, I would just eat the food and wait for the time to pass. Like, I didn't really care. That's very socially acceptable. Just as long as you do the bare minimum and show up. And even when I was a hip hop dancer, it's the same thing. Like, I'm not really into hip hop culture. Like, but I like dance and I like movement. So I don't really listen to a lot of hip hop. Don't really like a lot of hip hop music because it's too much for me. But, I would show up, do the little dance, listen to the teacher, get my exercise and go home. And, that's what you call being socially acceptable. Just trying to be socially acceptable, doing the bare minimum. And what the issue is, being socially acceptable and doing the bare minimum, is sometimes you get bored and you can't control yourself. Like, you can't control who you are and your true personality comes out, right? Your true personality comes out, and that's where you get in trouble with trying to just be socially acceptable. Like, for instance, like, I could be on the hip hop team, but then they'd be asking me like about my favorite rappers, or I don't act like this, or I don't act like that, or like, I'm just there to get a girlfriend. I don't give a shit about hip hop culture. I'm just there to get a girlfriend, or there to make friends, or there to, whatever the case may be. And that comes out after a while. Like, you can't really hide who you are, right? The same thing when I was Christian. It was like, after a while, you get bored and your true self comes out. And people realize you're just there for the girls. Or people realize you're just there for this, that, and the other. The wrong reasons. And that's why a lot of us can't fit in. Because we go into things for, the wrong reasons. And we try to stay socially acceptable. Right? We try to be socially acceptable. And a lot of times we get bored, and when we just try to be socially acceptable, our true self comes out. Like, for instance, I used to be a part of this black church or whatever for a little while because this girl from my hip hop class got me to go. And they had asked me to be on the choir, and I was just trying to be socially acceptable. And I'm like, all right, I go here because I don't got nothing else to do. Might as well be on the choir. And then I sat up there, and my dad came to visit and see me sing one day. And I sat up there in the choir seat, bored as hell, just looking around, like falling asleep. He's like, what the hell? Like, I wanted to see you sing and enjoy God, and like, but I'm not Christian like that. So of course, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason, that's mostly the reason why Fake the Funk doesn't work. That's the reason why, we have to be ourselves. We can't always be something we're not, because at the end of the day, we're going to get bored and our true self is going to come through. So what you have to do is find out who you are, find out where you belong, stop being places where you're not supposed to be, and, maybe that'll help. Maybe you'll be able to meet some nice girls, make some friends, whatever, have a better social life. But if you constantly focus on places just for the girls, or just because somebody tells you to be there, and you try to be socially acceptable, and you don't care about the situation, like I said, you're going to get bored and your true personality is going to come out. So, this is Jonathan. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. All right, I'm out. Peace.